Well, good evening out there, everyone. And that includes the only one I see out there. How is everything going this evening? I know one thing, it is freezing cold here in the state of Virginia. Hey, Marcia, how you doing this evening? Hey, Tony. Lord, I see 16 people there. Talk to me. There's Brother Thomas. You freezing to death over our Brother Thomas? Hey, Eleanor. Yes, it is cold, cold, cold. Yeah, I saw up in Michigan, you all getting all kind of snow up there, ain't you, Marcia? Well, it was 18 degrees this morning. And I think it's right now it's about 26. So I thought I'd just hop on here this evening and check in with you and thank everyone for praying for my family members that got hurt in a car wreck and just chat with you a little bit and see what's going on. Thank you so much for the year of watching my silly videos. Hey, Jack. Did it snow in South Carolina, brother? I'm eating homemade bread, you all. I'll be done in a minute. I know that's kind of weird, but she just made homemade bread, and I'll tell you what, you just can't pass it up. Eric and Barbara. Hello, Eric and Barbara. Yep, that homemade light bread. It's really, really good. Cold in northern North Carolina. Yeah, I think it's like 26 degrees. I can look right there at my thermometer. It's 26 degrees out there now. Last night the wind was howling, and great day, I'm telling you. The power went off for about an hour. I think they cut it off to work on something. Frank, what are you doing? It's definitely weird because, and I'll just have to pick on Tipper Presley. She always messes with the thermostat, try to get snow at her house, but she goofs up and it always up here at my house. So somebody's gonna have to teach a girl how to use the thermostat. I just pick on Tipper. I don't guess Matt will shoot me. What you working on tonight anyway, Frank? You might be working on somebody, Dr. Frank. So what's everybody got planned for the new year? Just to hope you wake up. Yeah, deer season's over. I'll be honest with you folks. I got tired of going. After 2 weeks of nothing, I just quit. It's roadkill time now. As soon as I find me a big old fat juicy one laying in the road, fresh kill, I'm gonna skin him out. Get the back straps out of him. Did you kill one, Jack? I know Frank did. He killed a super duper deer. He busted him a big one. You're gonna be like me, Jack. You're gonna be eating roadkill. It's not too bad. It's amazing how a dad burn tractor and trailer will tenderize one. Granny ate possum. I've eaten possum, but I ain't eat no roadkill possum yet. They kind of mushy after a car runs over 'em. Of course, it tenderizes them good. What you doing, Uncle Sasquatch? Don't cut yourself on none of them butcher knives. So, what's everybody got planned for the New Year's? Going to bed on time. I hear you, Jimmy. I hear you, buddy. Yeah, buddy, going to bed on time. Yeah, he does a good job on them butcher knife handles now. Don't let nobody kid you. Needs him a made by Uncle Sasquatch stamp to put on them handles. Hey, Jill, it's a good idea, brother. That's one of the things that I usually do is get on my knees and pray the good year in. Good idea. Of Uncle Sasquatch, you know they can. It's easy for them to do that now with them 3D printers. They can they can print you out one of them things. You can stamp your stuff. I mean, they can print out anything with a 3D printer now. Marcia, you still making soap? I thought I could smell that stuff all the way from Michigan. I know one thing is some good soap, Marcia. I'm not kidding you. They sold that stuff out there at the Indian Village like hotcakes till it was gone. Of course, you know how people are. They're particular about what they wash in. What happened to his dog there, Uncle Sasquatch? So while I do have all you 15 people in there, really, God worked a miracle last week for my family when they got hurt in that accident. Everybody is recovering very, very good. Everyone got a miracle. Amen. Praise the Lord. Now, if you don't mind, since I know you folks pray, my brother John called me, and his daughter, she's in her early 40s, had to have neck and back surgery. And if you've ever seen anybody that had that kind of surgery, it's really, really a painful surgery. And he was asking prayer for his daughter, Sarah, if you will remember her in your prayers. Her name is Sarah. Lives over in Tennessee. They must have ate something bad, Jimmy. Plugged his guts up. Probably chowed down on one of them chicken bones they throwed out down there. Sarah, yes. That's what happens. Them little old dogs, they'll grab up anything and gobble it down, and then they can't pass it. And then they're eat some more stuff on top of that. And, well, a human being can do the same thing, but we don't generally chew up chicken bones and, bones that come out of whatever Justin skinning down there and throwing in the backyard. Jack, how's work looking, brother? You been able to come up with anything yet? We'll do that, Eric. Sure enough. Clogged his pipes up, did he? Poor little ham. Looked like he was getting along good for the other night when I seen him on there running around. I'm still praying for you, Jack. I guess, Jack, you're going to have to start being a YouTube teacher and make it your own self, like a lot of these other people do on YouTube. I know you got skills you could teach on YouTube that people would, once you get your audience to watch you. Yeah, I didn't watch that all the way through. Or Jimmy, they was throwing porno ads up on his live there. I just cut it off. I don't know if Justin know that or not. I said it on there, but you can't have anything now if they don't push stuff on it that they don't, that the audience don't want to see. Thank you, Eleanor. Yeah, she has a full time job. She works in a uh, elderly person's home. The places like they keep the elderly folks, and she been working there for several years. But I don't know what happened to her neck and back. She injured it some way. On the squirrel call, Eric, you saw that on there? What are you saying? Sorry, I can't really read it that good, you all. I'm just barely. Oh, am I going to market the call? It'll have to be on tape, won't it, Eric? Now, I've got that built in call. My Uncle Limburg taught me how to do that, Eric, when I was a kid. Is that enough of that? Yep. I had an uncle who could do that, and he taught me how to do it. Good old Uncle Limburg. You can't beat a built-in call though. You don't have to purchase nothing off of Amazon that come from China. Somebody commented on that video, said, I saw you throw that shell hole down on the ground. You need to pick your trash up. I commented back and I told the old boy, I said, apparently you can see when the video camera's turned off, old boy. I wonder if anybody else can. You know how people are. I shouldn't have thrown that shell hole on the ground. I was littering the forest. I wonder if I picked that up after the camera was turned off. Duh. Some other fella called it the fakest video he ever seen on YouTube. Fakest hunting video you ever seen on YouTube. I thought, my God, dude, why don't you put one on YouTube and see what it really looks like? I like my squirrel anyway. I'm getting ready to do a video about squirrel cooking. It's going to be homemade squirrel pie. How many folks ever eat any homemade squirrel pie? Are you going to learn how to do it here in a while? How many is it? I know you all have eaten mince meat pie before, haven't you? Well, I told that one person on there, she said, what squirrel tastes like? I said, tastes like chicken. If you can imagine a squirrel tasting like chicken. Yeah, buddy. Country boy. My dad used to bring them home by the pocketfuls and I'd skin them. When he finally figured out I knowed how to skin, he'd say, boy, skin them squirrels. Hello, Lisa. Good night, Uncle Sasquatch. Appreciate you joining in tonight, brother. I know it's past your bedtime. Watch your top knot, old boy. Oh, you can eat your sandwich, Uncle Sasquatch, and watch me talk at the same time. A bologna sandwich and crackers. Oh yeah, I've eaten squirrel all kind of different ways. But there's a special recipe that I've got. We're going to turn a squirrel into just one of the best, tastiest meals you ever eat. Of course, you all won't be here to help me eat it, but I'll eat it in front of you and tell you how good it is. Hey, good evening. I believe that's Big Hunter. Yeah, Big Hunter. How's everything over in your neck of the woods? My neck of the woods is right chilly. I bet I come on here this evening as everybody's getting ready to eat, but I just have a spur of the moment thing going on. And I said, well, I'm going to go here and talk to these folks. I ain't hollered at them in a day or two. You just pull a lasagna out of the oven. Yummy. We made lasagna the other night too. Oh yeah, that's very good. Very good that way with rice. Always like rabbit and rice. Wild rice and rabbit. Hamburger and mushrooms. Now that sounds delicious. There you go. A happy belly is a fun belly to have, ain't it? Cold in North Carolina too. Like I said, Tipper Presley, she's always messing with the thermostat. One of these days, they're going to get some snow down there, probably about 6 foot deep, 10 below zero for about a week. That'll teach you, old girl. Thank you, Eleanor. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. I have never had ox, Marcia. No. Can you purchase it at Walmart? No, I've had oryx. My son, when he lived out in New Mexico, they had all kind of exotic game that they'd brought into New Mexico, and you could hunt them things. And he killed Barbary sheep and oryx and elk, and he didn't kill no buffalo, but they got them out there. I've ate buffalo before. Did not kill a deer. No, sir, I'm telling you. I watched this one deer. I saw him 5 different times and never got a shot at it. Oh, yeah, Marcia, there's a place over here about 10 miles from me. Every spring, they have wild meat, wild food feast. They literally, over here in this little old dinky county, have 5,000 people show up at this church. You can't even house them. Everybody brings a different meal. You ain't got to, it can be squirrel, snake, birds of all kinds, you name it, alligator, whatever they want to bring, they can bring it to this meal. They have to have the police out there escorting people up and down the road around that church. A wild feast. You know what? Mountain oysters. I haven't never ate any hog testicles, but my grandfather loved them things. But if y'all don't know what he's talking about, they're hog testicles. My grandfather, he'd just be sitting there gobbling them up. But you can purchase them. Yeah, Grandpa Bullens, I can remember him. He always said, "Boy, you want some of these mountain oysters?" I know what he's talking about anyway. Apparently, I wasn't hungry at the time, or I'd have probably ate them. Grandpa Bullens, he worked for the railroad. He was one of the Boilermakers Union people there in Princeton, West Virginia, and back in those days, everybody had a garden at the back of their house, and he had hogs and chickens, and they had a cow staked out and everything. I mean, had a great old big smokehouse that he introduced the smoke from the outside. One of the biggest smokehouses I ever seen over in Princeton. But when Mama wanted bacon or whatever she wanted that was in that smokehouse, she just walk out the back door with a butcher knife, go out there, slice it off of the ham or whatever it was, and bring it back in there and cook it. I miss the good old days. I don't know about you folk, but I miss the good old days. People thought them was hard days back in. Them was the good old days, really. At least people loved their country then. Now you got just a bunch of knotheads in governments that want to destroy everything that your mom and dad and grandma and them worked for. Freedom. I won't get into that tonight, you all. I'm getting ready to preach about it here after a while, though. You can bet your boots on it. I remember now, when you worked for the railroad back in those days, you were a pretty well off person. And I can remember that they had their milk delivered to the front porch of the house every week. They had a milk box sitting out there, and that's how they got their fresh milk. The milkman pulled up in his little truck. The milk money was laying on top of the box. Nobody stole the milk money. Everybody down there had their milk money laying out on top of the box. He just took the milk money, put the milk in the box, and that's how they got their milk. Of course, he had a cow too, but they still had milk delivered there because I can remember them delivering the chocolate milk. Yeah, put your milk money out there on the porch. Paper boy'd come along, throw the paper off his bicycle, or he'd walk in one. He'd come along, sling it. Uh, Back in them days, it was the Princeton Observer, I believe is what they called it. Of course, over here in Bluefield, it was the Bluefield Daily Telegraph. Sunset News in Princeton was the Sunset News. Come along. I don't know what it cost, probably a nickel. And neither one of my dad's mom and dad never owned a car. Mom's mom and dad never owned a vehicle. Never in their life. Grandpa walked to work every morning. It was about 2 miles over to the shops in Princeton, West Virginia from his house. He walked over there and then walked back. Definitely the good old days. You're on the side of Peters Mountain. I used to know a gunsmith over on Peters Mountain. He made, well, he built his own guns, some of the prettiest guns you ever seen in your life. What you doing, Larry? Larry, I appreciate that knife sheath you sent me, brother. That is a beautiful job you done on that. Spruce pine. Yeah, everything's made in China now. You just throw it away. Go fresh. Hey, buddy. I forget what this man's name was. We found him through the CB radio. My dad was a CB radio nut. He really was. Anybody knowed him, he called himself a wood chopper. He spent day and night talking on the radio. If it wasn't on the one in the car, it was the one at the house. And he met this gunsmith down there in Peterstown, and he lived way up on the side of Peters Mountain there. And the fella mounted a scope on a 22 rifle for me one time on a Model 62 Winchester. Any of you older folks out there remember that model gun. He mounted me a Weaver scope on the side of that gun. So you talking about the wood chopper or somebody else? Because I didn't mention any name there. You know, back when the CB radios was the thing, it was a fad really until the internet come along. Really, everybody had one or wanted to get one, and you had to have a license to operate it. His license number was KRN 5994. The old wood chopper. John Reed was his name. John C. Reed. I don't know if any of you West Virginia people listening there remember when the flood, they had that flood down in, the coal fields that killed several hundred people. And it'll come to me there in a minute. These CB clubs got together and helped gather food and clothing for them people. Right there next to Williamson, West Virginia, I think it was, because I went down there with them to deliver that stuff. Hey, brother Turkby, Bill's Mafia. You have a ham license, or you just, hey, Glenn, is that James? James. Buffalo Creek, yeah, Eleanor remembers. Lord, did we gather a whole lot of stuff. Eleanor, semi truckloads of stuff. Buffalo Creek. Is Buffalo Creek there? Eleanor, remember? Eleanor's my friend there. Me and that girl's been friends for 50 years. Buffalo Creek. Yeah. Yeah, that sludge pond's what caused that flood down there. They had a big old sludge pond backed up with millions of gallons of water, and when it broke, I guess 100-foot wall of water went down through there. Larry, I didn't get one, buddy. All right, Marcia. Thank you for joining in tonight. I appreciate it. I'm gonna let the rest of these folks go here in a minute. Where in the world you at getting them high winds like that? We was getting gusts up to 45, 50 miles an hour last night. We woke up to 2 inches of powdery snow. Did you say feet? Whoa. Yeah, I don't like cold weather. I mean, I don't hate it, but if I got to move snow, then I'm getting a little bit irritated. Yeah, I think everybody's does, Larry. Ours does too. Good night. So, you all, I guess I'm gonna let you go. If I don't catch you before the new year, make sure you check me out on Sunday mornings when I will have you a gospel sermon ready. Hopefully, if the internet holds up. Yeah, he sure did there, Eleanor. I bet the roads was slick too, wasn't he? Thank you, friend. Appreciate it. All right, y'all catch me Sunday morning, okay? May the good Lord bless each and every one of you and hope you have yourself a wonderful new year. So long for now.